Hey, Talofa Lava. Leatawa Dr. John Peterson here with TE2 Edge Sports Cards, coming at you live and direct from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Back at the card table, and I hope everyone's been doing well out there. It's been a couple days since I've uploaded a video and thought I would do a little recap of the Minnesota card show from yesterday. And just give you a little quick update on how things went. For me personally at the table, and met some really great people, and also give you kind of a take on where I see things being at in terms of the hobby here in Minnesota. So check it out.
TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Get at it.
All right. Let's jump into it here. So this was a show that was held at the Earl Brown Heritage Center in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. I would say there were well over 100 tables. I don't think it was close to 150, but I would say there were at least 100, if not more. Definitely more, probably closer to 125, 130. I didn't count. We got there about 8 o'clock, got set up. And before we even hit 9 o'clock, a dealer friend of mine came over and took a look at the case and got us kick-started. He ended up picking up the 98 Ultra Gold Medallion Jordan that I'd picked up about 3-4 weeks ago off of Facebook. And I thought I gave him a pretty good deal on it, better than anything he would have found on eBay. Made a little flip, little profit off of it. It was a couple $100. I think I paid $2,000 for the card, and in fact, I know I paid $2,000 for it, and took $2,200 cash. So that was a really nice way to start off the day. I just want to give a big shout out to Jeremy if you're watching this. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. And was able to return the favor a little later on in the show. By 9 o'clock, people started coming in. You know, it didn't get super busy right away, but by about 9:15, 9:20, the place was buzzing, and by 9:30 for sure, it was pretty well packed. I had one case, 32 cards in the case, and I had two 5,000 count boxes filled with top-loaded cards, all priced, and then I had two 3,200 count boxes, all top loaded and priced. So we had 4 boxes of raw priced cards, which throughout the day people just really enjoyed, I think, going through those cards and taking a look at the new stuff that I'd put in there. It's really important to keep your raw stuff and your 5,000, 3,200 count boxes updated and relatively fresh. You don't want to go multiple shows with the same stuff without putting some new things into it. So yeah, it was fun. Had a blast. Richard and I did really well, I thought, in terms of meeting people who've watched the show. That was awesome. Got a chance to meet a number of folks. Chaz Vader, if you're out there watching, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the encouragement. It was so nice to run into people that you know through the channel or know through past shows and that sort of thing. So I really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And leave me a comment if you get a chance. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that too. Ran into some old friends from high school that I hadn't seen in a long time. Actually, I'd seen my friend Jeremiah, but I hadn't seen his wife Janelle in probably 15, 20 years. So it was really nice to see them in person. You'll have to excuse my dogs barking. There's people walking by upstairs. So it was really good to reconnect with them, and only talked for about 5 minutes and then went back to the table, but it was really fun to see them. So overall, I felt like the table was busy, at least one row of people, pretty much 5-6 people across, and then in some instances, people behind them for probably 9:30 till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So it was solid, just busy for about 3.5 hours, and sold quite a few raw cards. Of course, sold the Jordan. That was the big sell of the day. but ended up selling probably another $2,000, mostly in raw stuff. I did sell a 1966 National League batting leaders with Clemente, Mays, and Aaron on it. I think I sold that for about $225, $220, somewhere in there. And the rest of it was raw. And a kid came by and ended up buying, almost $350 priced raw Jordan cards that were in top loaders. And I gave him a good deal on that. I think I sold those for about $230, $220, somewhere in there. Didn't charge him too much. I think he bought them at 72%. So hopefully he can get those into lots. I think he was going to put them on Facebook in lots and try and make a little flip with that. Didn't see a lot of stuff. Didn't do any trades, although there were a lot of people that came up requesting trades and asking if I was interested in trading. I did make some purchases from one person who I will leave unnamed, but I really appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. It was so nice to meet you, and enjoyed picking up a few pieces from him that I'll show in the Monday mail day, which will come out tomorrow morning. Yeah, so overall, it was a great show. I think I cleared, 4,325 for the day. Of course, paid Richie, paid for the table. Overall, it was really successful. If you haven't had a chance to check out the Minnesota card show, you definitely should do that. One drawback that I did hear people say is they felt like there was a lot of Pokemon. And that doesn't really faze me, although I'm not there as a buyer. But I do know that they do have separate shows too once in a while. So like the next Minnesota card show will, I believe, be sports only, but that won't be till October. And the big show is coming up in September, where we'll be at the River Center in St. Paul. So hopefully you can come down and check that out as well. So yeah, overall hobby is really strong in Minnesota. Saw a lot of happy faces. If you haven't had a chance, check out my Instagram page, TE2 Edge Sports Cards, IG. TE2 Edge Sports Cards. I post pictures there. And then I'm also on Facebook too. And you can find me at TE2 Edge Sports Cards, or you can find me as Leotawa John Peterson. You can check out my Facebook page there. But just, it's so much fun. I mean, like, it's getting to the point as a dealer where I get more enjoyment selling the cards than I do acquiring the cards. It's just so much fun to see people happy and getting a good deal. I think I have a lot of return buyers, and I think part of that reason is because I like to give people a good price. I price all my stuff pretty much at comps, unless it's like, Jordan at a 10 or a PSA 9 or something like that. Might upsell it a little bit by 15, 20%. But most of the stuff that I sell raw, I price that right at or below comps. If it's $250, I mark it as $2. If it's $350, I mark it as $3, and then I usually give people a pretty good discount on whatever it is that they pick up, and they're usually happy, which is what it's all about. So, all right, thanks for watching. I appreciate you checking this video out, and hopefully you can check out the Modest Monday Mail Day, which will be posted and uploaded tomorrow. You have a blessed Sunday evening. Peace out. One love.